Hey everyone, how's it going? Let's play some No Man's Sky. So we are playing here live with the Origins update. I haven't played this game in a bit, and I'm super excited to boot it up with this new update. Massive update. I can't wait to see all the stuff. Oh. Starting a new game for, I don't know how many times it's been. Wow, look at those. Amazing. All right. So, I haven't played No Man's Sky in a bit. I was a person who got No Man's Sky at launch, and I liked it then. I'm like one of those weirdos who enjoyed it at the very beginning. All right. And so we're playing through. This is just, I've started a completely new game on the standard difficulty. And we're doing the tutorial. I need to gather ferrite dust to repair my scanner. Use RT to blow stuff up, and we will. Now, when I first started playing No Man's Sky, there was no tutorial. There was nothing. It was just an open world. And yet I saw the potential, and I had a blast with it. And I have kind of booted it up several times since all of these updates have been coming out to just see the evolution of the game. And one of my great joys has been, I mean great joys with respect to No Man's Sky, just seeing how awesome they've made the game. All of the stuff that they've done to build it up to this point. Oh boy, it's really hot here. I know that there's like active volcanoes now. Speaking of that, is this a volcano? Sweet Moses, it's hot. It's 122.9 degrees Fahrenheit here. Yes, I have it in Fahrenheit. Alright, so we need to repair our damage. So let's access our multi-tool and repair this and fix the damaged scanner. By the way, if it matters, there's some sodium for us. And we need to recharge our hazard protection, which is here and here. And yeah, put sodium in there. Terrific. Alright. There's so much to say. I apologize. I love the game. And even though I'm playing it for the millionth time, it's almost like it's new every time because I get lost in which version of it I'm playing and what has been added and changed. And all of the quality of life and graphical fixes that they've made. Alright, so I need to get my ship pretty badly. Analyze the crystal fragment. Oh. Crack open with square. This is new to me anyway. Crystal fragment acquired. Alright, let's just crack it open. What do we get? Okay. Yeah, these geodes, I remember playing with these before. It looks like I got dihydrogen from that. Reach the marked signal. Use the jetpack to fly. or sprint. Oh, I'm going to need some more hydrogen. It's over here. So I'm playing on the PS4 Pro, by the way. And that's another funny thing. I bought it for just the PS4, obviously, when it launched. I got it the first week that the game came out, like maybe 2 or 3 days afterward, and I got it used because there was such a huge backlash and people were selling it back, and so I was able to get it at a discount. And I didn't understand why people didn't like it. Oops. You can just get rid of this, right? Yeah. So you can just get rid of this junk that's guarding this guy and attempt to repair him. And we got a bunch of nanites. Okay. So I'm excited to actually try to play the game and get deep into it. But like I was saying about the PS4 Pro, one of the reasons I was excited about getting my Pro, besides playing, you know, God of War in pseudo 4K or whatever, was seeing how good this game was with the upgraded graphics. Now I'm using my Elgato HD 60S, so you're not going to see 4K here. But it's the only way I can capture the game, and quite honestly, I think it's fine. Alright, we're going to get rid of this. God, this is just the best chill out and explore game. What is this unidentified mineral? Well, my weapon charge is depleted. Okay, so you can push the down arrow, and I'm speaking out loud just to remind myself of what you can do. You can push the down arrow to bring up this screen and then recharge equipment, and it kind of like intelligently highlights the stuff that you need to recharge. You used to have to go into your inventory and do everything manually, but now they give you these like quality of life shortcuts, and it makes this game even better by leaps and bounds. So much stuff has been streamlined, improved, added. I mean, look at these. They did say in the Origins that there was going to be more wildlife, more flora and fauna, more animals, more variety in the landscape, and I'm really seeing it. This is a desolate, hot planet. I think they said on the update notes that this planet can catch, like, that some intensive heat planets can catch on fire on the surface. So that's awesome. Reach the signal. I should be heading to the signal. Let's go to the signal. I'm just having a blast just walking around. I'm easily amused, so I apologize about that, but I love just playing this game and checking stuff out. I love doing simple stuff like identifying all of the animals on the planet and naming the rocks and things. Alright, so here's my special move, which is the, like, sometimes I can do it, sometimes I can't. The old, like, super fast move forward while you're in the melee swing. I don't know if they tweaked that out of the game. I don't think so. But I know that, like, I played a little bit of a version before, and you can get, like, upgraded jetpack that almost operates in the same way. I have not played the update where they added, like, the Dead Space kind of scary spaceships. And I also haven't really made it very far in the game. Navigation data. And so I'm going to just chill out and play this as far as I can and have a blast with it. And I hope you guys come along and enjoy the ride. And if you're familiar with the game and you want to drop me some tips, please do. I'm a player that doesn't like to look at walkthroughs and guides until I've beaten the game, and I've never beaten this. I've never made it to the center in any version. I don't think I've even ever got the frigate before, where you can... Wow, look at the heat waves. It's awesome. What is this? Is this on fire? It's like... Is this... Heptaloid wheat. Well, it's probably some special, unique resource that I can sell for a bunch. Okay. Do I have any... No, I need to find some sulfur, or sodium rather. Just to give you an idea, I stayed on my initial planet the first time I booted up the game for hours, just trying to upgrade my inventory slots by trying to find the pods that you needed to do that before I even explored anywhere. I like to hunker in, make my base, get comfortable. Okay, here we go. Here's my ship. Okay, so we explore this distress beacon, see what's going on here. Vessel 16 emptied, cause sentinel intervention, deliberate transfer. Analysis, fresh iteration generated, anomaly containment prepared. Broadcast it. Broadcast received. Traveler anomaly detected. Anomaly is compliant. Position logged. System integrity scan initialized. That's another thing about this game. I've played it through so many different updates that the story, which is confusing anyway, is hard for me to follow because I remember different things at different times. So, from what I remember, I am the traveler, I believe, and I'm destined to follow these markings, but I think every player is also the traveler? I don't know. And I can just follow really explicit hints to the center of the universe and follow the quest line, or just explore on my own as I wish. And I usually do the explore and chill out on your own path. Ship auto diagnostics, Atlas connection, intermittent. I always see Atlas as like the bad guy, but I don't know if that's the case or not. I hate the Sentinels. I get it that they're trying to help out and protect, but they usually are just annoying. But maybe those are my human being ways, my evil human ways that are coming into conflict with the programming of the Sentinels. I find myself alone on a strange world, unequipped and in danger. I have no memory of how I got here, no sense of a before. But this ship, at least, seems to recognize me. The controls react to my touch, or at least to that of my exosuit. I am not dead yet, and this ship is a lifeline out to the stars. Yeah, there's so much to unpack here, you know. But this appears to be my ship, and I've just kind of woken up here. Maybe I crashed here? Let's read the log. What information can we get? It's unavailable. Substituting data? Well, it's like fake news. Exosuit connected. Suggestion: pilot should perform maintenance. Select desired repair path. Well, I only have one path. Self-guided repair protocols initiated. Pulse engine critically damaged. Alright, so we need a hermetic seal and we need metal plating. Pulse engine provides space and atmospheric flight propulsion. System is highly damaged and requires these things. Okay. Well, let's go get them. Press square to exit your ship. Okay. Recommendation: repair ship engines. Alright. I love these little quest cards that they give you. Alright, we've got the ferrite dust, so let's go ahead and make this metal plating. And then patch this with the metal plating. Repair it. Done. And then what else do I need to do? I need to get this hermetic seal. Oh, okay. Well, I can board the ship. The radiant pillar. Iteration functional. Starship critically damaged. Vital ingredients missing. Unable to synthesize required components. Ooh, we've got like a... Oh, what's that thing in Star Trek that just materializes a replicator? Is that what it's called? Pulse. It like materializes stuff out of known elements. I remember one episode in Next Generation where they replicated a Stratocaster for someone. Now that's technology for you. Pulse engine requires hermetic seal. Yeah, can you help me out with this? Recommendation. Iteration comparison reveals hermetic seal nearby. Salvage planetary chart from distress beacon cache. Alright, so there's one of these nearby. Alright, so they're going to send me off into the wilderness to find what I need. It looks like I can just get it from this, like, crashed distress beacon. Oh, red glowy orb guy. I peer inside the beacon's housing. As well as a distress broadcast unit, it contains a planetary chart. Take it. Alright, we got it. Let's open it up, and we just plot a route, I guess. Boom. Navigational data received. It's over there. And that's where I gotta go. Now, I will say, just, and I hope that this, kind of exposition, narrative, commentary that I'm giving becomes more coherent as I get into the game and things narrow in focus, but there's just so much to say, so many things going through my head right now as I play this. One of the things I do recall is I always wished there was like a consultable overworld map that you could get. I know you don't really need it, and I know maybe it's not in the spirit of the game, but I would like one. I'm gonna get rid of this rusted metal and see what's inside this crate. What you got for me? We got some condensed carbon. Alright. I believe that I need to go to one of those crashed, like, freighter ships at some point. By the way, those plants right here that, like, puff up and they explode. And they damage you if you're close by, so don't be close by. I need to go to one of those crashed freighters, I think, to find the hermetic seal. Oh my god. Incoming firestorm. That's terrifying. I don't have the terrain manipulator. I'm so bad at this game, or so, like, new to the game in some ways that, or new to the game's updates, I should say, that the terrain manipulator seems like a new technology to me. Like, I played the game a lot when that didn't even exist. Anyway, you can make your own cave and, like, hide out there with the terrain manipulator. Is this a cave that I can hide out in? Ow. Yes. Okay. So we can kind of, like, as long as you can usually get under a cliff, then this counts as, like, you are in shelter. But then there's some serious shelter that I can get right here. I think I read in the Origins update that they overhauled what you can find in the underground caverns and maybe gave you more of an incentive to explore them. Because I always thought they were cool, but then I would just end up getting lost in them for a long time. And then rewards that you could get in here weren't super great. But right now they're important because I don't have very much sodium. And so I can't go outside when things like a firestorm are happening. Another thing that I have to consider is if I like to play in this third-person view. And actually, you can leave your opinion in the comments below. I can go either way, but I'm actually used to playing in first-person view more. And sometimes I just kind of switch in between them as I play through the game, trying to debate or just trying to refresh how I feel about it. Alright, I got some sodium nitrate, so I think I can use that to charge my equipment, charge my hazard protection. Yeah. Oh. It's fully charged. Great. Well, then I don't need to. Life support. Alright. Mining beam. Go ahead and give it the condensed carbon. Okay. Let me just quickly, while the firestorm is overhead and I'm just kind of hiding out, I want to check in my suit again. Or maybe it's on my multi-tool. I want to fix my... Maybe it's not that. Oh, maybe I have to craft it. I want to build my, like, analysis visor or whatever. Here it is. I need carbon nanotubes. Okay. I think I could actually just craft carbon nanotubes out of carbon. By the way, I don't really know how much of this Let's Play to make, like, tutorial, like you've never played it before. I'm going to assume that most people have played this, but if you haven't, it's an awesome game, and they've made it much more user-friendly than before. Anyway, once you're inside your inventory, you can select an open slot and either press square to install a technology that you know the recipe of how to craft. Like I can make this boost to my life support tanks, or you can push X, and I'm playing on PlayStation, so I'm using all those keys to craft other components that you know how to make, like these carbon nanotubes, and you can just mouse over it and see I need carbon to get this, and carbon you just get from plants. So this thing has carbon, so I can just bust up this plant and get a bunch of carbon from it. Any plant will do, and if you put your cursor over something, most of the time the game will tell you like what primary element you're going to get from mining it. And so just mine it up. We need 50, right? So we just got 50. So now we can go back into our inventory and we can craft ourselves the carbon nanotubes. And then I can go over to my multi-tool and I can install the technology by clicking X on the technology itself and then clicking on the corresponding technology card that's pointing to a part on my multi-tool, the waveform focuser, and we now have the analysis visor. By the way, also, I love to just rename this stuff. So what do I want to rename my my mining beam? I'm going to call it just in a play on my avatar. I'm going to call it the Little Doctor, and I'm going to be done. The Little Doctor, you know, Doctor Incompetent Doctor, is the name of the ultimate weapon that they use in Ender's Game to take out the buggers in their homeworld. So it's applicable to this situation. I will also rename my ship. And I love that you can do that, by the way. I love that you can name everything. I love that other people can see it. I used to love just the very thought of, you know, renaming an entire planet and having people come along and see that someone has explored it and named it, even though the chances of that are so slim. And I think they're actually even slimmer in Origins, as they've added a whole bunch of new planets. Anyway, let's get back to this. So now I have my analysis visor, so I can hold down L2 and open up my analysis visor screen, and this lets me, like, figure out what stuff is. Oh yeah, they changed it. You can't just look at it, you actually have to actively hold down R2, that's right. So what you do is you just, like, you're kind of, you know, like a botanist and a zoologist, and you're just going around charting everything, just doing science on everything, observing every new plant and animal, because you're the first person, if you're a person at all, to have been here and to chart this stuff for posterity. So that's what you're doing, and you get paid for charting things, and it helps you as well. And then once you do this, you can actually open up your log and your discoveries tab, and you can say, oh, I found 3 different kinds of plants, and you could go here and you can actually change the name of all the stuff that you found. You can, like, rotate it and look at it, and so I could call this, you know, whatever I wanted. I can rename and upload, right? And I can call this, like, let me look at it. You know, it kind of looks like a magnifying glass. So I can call this, like, something really... I like being silly with this stuff and just, you know, calling it something on the nose, like magnifying glass plant or whatever. And we did it. And we're done. And then once you're done, you upload it then to their, you know, galactic archives or whatever, and then you get nanites. Nanites you use for all kinds of things, mainly upgrades for yourself, your ship, your multi-tool, awesome stuff. So you want nanites. What is this plant? Oh, yeah. So I'm going to call this the Tendril Volcano. There we go. Done. And what do you look like? Oh, all right. Chestnut plant. No, I'm actually just going to call it chestnuts and be done. Now, I don't usually keep up with this for too long because it's incredibly tedious to just do this all the time. But if I'm feeling in good spirits and good humor, I do it. And then also check this out. Once you do that, once you've named it, then you can, like, look with, and it calls it what you have named it. So it's on the map. You can see there. It just says chestnuts. Like, hey, these are the chestnuts that you named. And it makes you feel really powerful. And it's like, oh, what's this? Oh, it's the magnifying glass plant that you found, right? So it's really silly, but you can do it to everything. The rocks. Now, if I recall correctly, once you scan a mineral like this, a rock, it tells you what additional resources you can get from it. So you can actually also get phosphorus sometimes from this thing. So it's good, just, you know, you make money every time you scan something new. Additionally, what I'm also seeing, all of these red dots here, these are animals that I have not yet found. Look, they're spaceships from other life forms, sentient life forms that are also exploring. Or just doing their thing. I don't know what they're up to. Alright, bait trail decals. Man, yeah. You can, like, feed these animals and ride them now. It's hilarious. You can use them as a mount. It's pretty funny how that plays out. And so I'm a player who... You push R3, by the way, to zoom in. I'm a player who just loves doing this. Scanning, scanning, scanning. Okay. They made scanning the animals that fly so much easier. It used to be the biggest pain, and you would have like one species left to find, and you couldn't, because it was, you were right underneath it, but it would never let you target it. It was awful. But now you can easily just target them out of the sky, zoom in on them, and you're good to go. Then the animals turn into green dots once you have recognized them. Usually on your starter planet, unless you're playing on survival or the hard difficulty, the animals that you find are like pretty docile. If you go over them with the analysis visor on the left there, it shows you, like, you know, oh, his age is elderly, he's a male, his behavior is constantly moving, which he is. His diet, he likes to eat solar vines, and he's promiscuous. But anyway, they're not aggressive. So you can just, like, say hi, and you can feed him with creature pellets, but I don't have any. Oh, here's something nice. Craft creature pellets in the inventory, and animals like it, and you can feed them. You can actually craft creature pellets just, I think, out of carbon, but I could be wrong about that. Uh-oh. We got a storm coming in. Alright, let me find the place that they want me to go. Because also, in the analysis visor, you can see buried cache of treasure, buried technology module, solar vines. Like, I mean, I can just do this for hours, just going around, exploring, digging up treasure, finding new animals and plants. It is so much fun. And yet, a lot of players come to this game and they could care less about that aspect. They want to go do dogfights in space and fly around, explore new planets, and, you know, experience that part of the game. And there's so much to the game that, do it. Do what you like. There's some chestnuts. By the way, this is going to be Triangle Rock. I just wanted you to know that. Wow, this rock formation is sweet. Alright, let's go ahead and get there. You want to also, though, as much fun as I'm having doing the stuff that I'm doing, you want to... Oh, I need the advanced mining laser to even get into that. You want to do the quests, at least early on, because they unlock really, really helpful things for you. Here we go, like, this is a little outpost or base. And we can go in here, and inside these little structures is shelter in case there's a storm or something. So you can go in, and there's also oxygen in here, so it doesn't tax your life support. Check stock transfer. Boom. We just got some money. And then you can, like, look at this hollow archive and see what's in here. 7 out of 6 logs corrupted. Entry 4924A follows. No one Kazik making this recording in case leaving behind Kazik in the fabricator, because it might be of some use, because it buys their damage, because it can't find ship. Recover supplies, and miraculously, we got the hermetic seal. Whoever it was that led me here, whoever left this message, perhaps they found themselves in the same situation as I do now. And this is the kind of, like, really, really trippy part of the plot of this game. It's like this Finnegan's Wake cycle of just infinity, you know? The eternal recurrence of the same kind of time travel, multi-dimension sci-fi thing. I mean, did I leave this message for myself? I don't know. Look at this potted plant. I love it. Analyze objects for rewards. Yes, I will. You used to be able to, like, analyze everything, like the chair. I think they took that out, and that's probably for the best. It was too much. All right. Yeah, let's analyze this for sure. Look at this, like, Freddy Krueger hand coming out of the land there. All right. Terrific. God, I mean, this game is so beautiful and interesting. The color scheme, the palette. They did say they reworked the palette too to add more variance. I mean, the sunrise coming over. I'm, you know, a kind of unabashed No Man's Sky fanboy, and yet I admit there's still room for improvement, and I'm just so happy that they continue to update this game for free. The amount of content you get at this point when you buy it, and it's almost always on sale, is mind-boggling. Return to the starship and continue repairs. Use the compass and analysis visor to navigate, right? So the compass is the little round thing at the top of the screen that has the north indicator, but also it shows you like major landmarks like your starship or your base. And then if you do your analysis visor, you can also easily find your ship. I've got to run through this really weird magnifying glass plant forest to get where I want to go. But we're getting there. Alright. By the way, if you're new to the game and you find this like running around tedious that you're doing at the very beginning, know that it's intentionally tedious to make you love having your starship even more. And you can get vehicles to drive around in, technology to let you run faster and longer, things like that. So, fear not. Man, I mean, the surface of this planet, I know that they added these textures, you know, a few updates ago, but still, I love it. I mean, it looks unreal. Just cracked and desolate looking because it's so dry here. Gotta scan it. Gotta get the cache. I like too, you know, with your analysis visor, you can see in the lower left, it says critical exposure in 5 minutes and 20 seconds. It's telling you exactly how long your life support will hold up in these conditions, so you can plan. Very important if you're playing on, like, you know, survival or permadeath mode. I've played in both of those modes. I made it really far one time in permadeath, and my takeaway personally is just that all it really does, besides adding an element of terror that you don't want to die and lose everything, is make everything take longer, because everything just takes more elements to do anything, and so it just slows the pace of the game down significantly. And while I respect it and I like game modes like that, I love the option that you can do that, I've kind of found it to be a little bit too slow for me, and I like to just play in the standard mode. Alright, so we're going to get to now repairing our ship and doing more things, installing this hermetic seal, and going along and exploring this starting planet in the next episode. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to this first episode of Let's Play No Man's Sky. I'm just going to do a really chill playthrough of a really chill game. Hopefully you enjoy coming along for the ride and seeing, you know, what the procedural gods have created for me to explore. I hope you have an excellent evening or day. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, everyone.